Hello everyone, welcome to MVP Vishwakosha. Today we are discussing 24th July 2025 current affairs. In that first point, that is about most recent diplomatic development, that is between India and China, that is especially focusing on upcoming high level meetings. That is border affairs, that is WMCC talks, that is the 34th meeting of Working Mechanism for Conciliation and Coordination on India-China Border Affairs WMCC was held in New Delhi. Both sides expressed satisfaction with the maintained peace and tranquility along the line of actual control and agreed to keep up a regular diplomatic and military level exchange through established mechanism, and also this discussion also served as groundwork for the next special representatives dialogue on the boundary issues, and also India's NSA Ajit Doval and China Foreign Minister Wang Yi are expected to meet in India's later this year, and also very important recent functional dialogue and related to trade and connectivity, and also SCO foreign minister meeting, right? And also upcoming very important next major dialogue, that is a special representative meeting likely to be hosted in India later this year, will bring together NSA that is Ajit Doval, that is and uh, Chinese Finance Minister Wang Yi to further discuss boundary and disengagement issues. Both sides have committed to through preparations. Okay, and also SCO summit heads of state also 25th SCO leader summit will take place in China from August 31st to September 1st, 2025, where the Prime Minister Modi is expected to engage with the President of China, aligning with the India's continued diplomatic outreach. Okay, that is very important. That is, India and China are actively rebuilding confidence through structured dialogue, both on border management and economic cooperation. Okay, and also the next SR meeting in India and followed by SCO summit in China, very important. That is about recent India-China recent development. Next point, that is about India's Meri Panchayat mobile application has been honored with the prestigious WSIS Prizes 2025 Champion Award under the category of Cultural and Linguistic Diversity Local Content at the WSIS plus 20 high level event 2025 held in Geneva, Switzerland. Very important, the award was the World Summit of Information Society WSIS organized by the International Telecommunication Union and co-organized by UNESCO, UNDP and UNCTAD, honored Meri Panchayat at Champion Project for demonstrating excellence in promoting cultural linguistic inclusion through digital governance. And also the award certificate was formally presented in New Delhi to Union Panchayat Raj Minister Rajiv Ranjan Singh, okay, that is Lalan Singh, on behalf of Government of India. And also Sunit Jain, Senior Director of Ministry of Panchayat Raj, accepted it on India's behalf in Geneva on July 10th, 2025. Very important about the Meri Panchayat app, and also developed by the joint by the Ministry of Panchayat Raj and National Informatics Center. The Meri Panchayat platform designed to empower rural governance and citizen engagement. It covers all 2.65 lakh Grama Panchayat, reaching over 25 lakh elected representative and approximately 950 million rural resident, and also multilingual app support, and also 12 plus Indian languages, boosting inclusivity in diverse regions. Some key features: financial transparency, citizen workflows, geo-enabled tools, and civic infrastructure data, and also Grama Panchayat development plans tracking and weather forecast, social audit tools. And also very important, what is the significance of recognition? The award underscores India's leadership in enabling inclusive, citizen-centric digital governance in rural areas, and also highlights the importance of multilingual and culturally relevant tools in bridging the digital divide, and also broader missions such as Digital India Smart Gram Panchayat Initiative and Rashtriya Grama Swaraj Abhiyana. And also the national leaders emphasized how much platforms can enhance transparency, support participatory planning, and strengthen civic engagement in rural governance. Okay, that is about recent development. Okay. Next point, that is about Russia's flight incident, a fatal crash on Antonov AN-24 aircraft. Okay, Angara Airlines Antonov AN-24 that is built in 1976, crashed in a remote forested area near Tinda in Russia's far east while attempting a second landing approach. All 48 individuals on board, including 5 children and 6 crew members, were killed. The aircraft had disappeared from a radar approximately 15 to 16 kilometers from Tinda, and its burning wreckage was later found in hillside and difficult terrain. Operated by Siberian regional carrier Angara, the aircraft was part of a long-serving fleet of Beijing and 24S. Russia has extended their airworthiness certificate due to constraints from Western sanctions, limiting access to newer replacement. Okay, that is about a recent flight incident in Russia. Next point, that is about recent Prime Minister Narendra Modi's recent UK visit and landmark trade deal signed with the Britain. Very important visit by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. That fourth time since 2014, engaging in high-level meetings across that is bilateral, regional, and global issues. He met with the British Prime Minister, that is Keir Starmer, and also the UK PM's country's residents, and also the two leaders also discussed the recent Air India crash and expressed condolences. And Modi met King Charles III following the signing ceremony. And also a light-hearted symbolic moment followed the formalities. The leader shared a cup of tea with Modi, quipping from one chaiwala to another, reflecting personal rapport and celebration of the deal. Very important, that is India UK Comprehensive Economic and Trade Agreement. Okay, SETA, that the India and United Kingdom Free Trade Agreement FTA, also known as CETA, okay, was signed on July 24th, 2025 by India's Commerce Minister Piyush Goyal and UK Trade Secretary Jonathan Reynolds. Okay, in Modi and Starmer's presence, negotiation began in January 2022 and concluded in principle on May 6th, 2025 after 15 rounds of talks. Some information, that is tariff and trade provision. 99% of Indian export to the UK will face zero impact duties, covering nearly the entire trade value, that is textiles, footwear, gems, seafood, processed food, etc. For British goods entering India, average tariff drops from 15% to 3%. Tariff on Scotch whisky and gin fall from 150% to 75% initially, then to 40% over 10 years. Automotive tariffs reduced under a phased quota system from over 100% to 10% over up to 15 years. And also initial quotas are limited but expanded gradually. And also broader coverage and strategic elements. The deal include 26 chapters spanning goods, services, digital trade, IP rights, and public procurement, and more. And also provisions ease movement for temporary business visitors and a new double contribution convention, and also exempts Indian professionals in the UK from dual social security contribution for up to 3 years. And also India access to UK public procurement markets, especially in sectors like clean energy and defense. And also UK firm gains greater entry into Indian insurance and service sectors. And also some economic impact and strategic significance. The agreement is projected to boost bilateral trade by that is 34 billion, okay, dollar annually by 2040, and also adding around that is 4.8 billion per year to the UK's economy. India aims to raise from $20 to 21 billion in 2024 to upwards $112 to 120 billion by 2030, a six-fold increase in trade levels. And the FTA marks India's first comprehensive trade pact with the European country and constitutes the UK's largest post-Brexit trade agreement. And also India hailed the deals as a break from its protectionist trade stance of opening key sectors like automobiles and pharmaceuticals while protecting sensitive sectors such as agriculture and dairy. Okay, in that also some of the criticism and limitations is there. And also some British car makers expressed a frustration, and also India resisted concessions and no exemption granted for Britain upcoming carbon border adjustment mechanism also. Okay, it is very important landmark deal. Okay, that is about recent news, that is India UK. Okay, and also Prime Minister's recent visit. Next about that is US Iran naval incident in the Gulf of Oman. That is in the Iranian naval helicopter intercepted the US destroyer USS Fitzgerald asserting it was approaching Iranian territorial water. State media said the helicopter issued radio warnings and the ship eventually altered its course southward. And also, US Central Command denied Iran's account, calling it misinformation and describing the interaction as a safe and professional operation that did not affect the Fitzgerald mission. Okay, in the strategic content and tension, this marks the first direct reported encounter between US and Iranian forces since the 12-day conflict involving US strikes on Iranian nuclear facility and Israeli strikes on Iran. And also, Iran's IRGC Navy acted under the protection of its integrated air defense system, while the US warship reportedly threatened to target the helicopter if it did not vacate the area. Okay, broader and regional development, very important. What it means that incident reflect the rising risk of military miscalculation and strategically sensitive waters, and also Iran's tactical posture include asymmetrical tools, mines, drones, speedboats, and conventional defense message. Meanwhile, the US continues a visible naval presence via the Fifth Fleet based in the Bahrain. Okay, very important. That is recent tension between US Iran naval tension. Next news that is latest, that is Reserve Bank of India's Financial Inclusion Index for the fiscal year that is ending March 2025. That is index rose sharply to 67.0 in March 2020 up to 64.2 a year earlier, a 4.3% year-on-year increase. And also the improvement reflect growth across all three sub-indices, that is assess, usage, quality. Okay, assess, that is 35% weight reached of formal financial service, and also usage 45%, that is frequency and effectiveness of usage, and also quality 20%, financial literacy, consumer protection, and service standards. And also the RBI noted the usage and quality contributed most significant to the rise, signaling deeper engagement and trust in financial services. Okay, what is this? That index is that is a composite financial inclusion index, is a single numeric indicator 0 to 100 that tracks financial inclusion across sectors of banking, insurance, investment, pension, postal services in collaboration with the government and sectoral regulators. And also a score of 67 indicates significant progress towards full inclusion through gaps and remain. Okay, driven behind the growth, financial literacy campaigns and improved consumer awareness have enhanced usage, and also quality improvement reflect stronger customer protection, assess equity, and deeper service trust. And also rural and semi-urban communities have shown marked gains in meaningful participation in financial service. Okay, very important. And also RBI initiative supporting the inclusion, and also low bandwidth apps for feature phones, and also cyber security measures, and also digitally enabled credit evaluation using digital public infrastructure. Okay, that is about recent RBI's and that inclusion. Okay. Next is about recent news that is in Australia, that is concerning Indian student. Okay, that is a 23-year-old Indian student was violently attacked near that avenue Adelaide while visiting a light display with his wife. A group of 5 individuals reportedly heard racial slurs like that is of Indian, and assaulted him with the punches, storms, and possibly sharp object. And also that sustained multiple facial fracture and suspected brain trauma and remains hospitalized. Okay, at Adelaide Hospital. So South Australian police have arrested a 20-year-old suspect from that and charged him with the assault causing harm. And also state premier strongly condemned the attack, urging collective action against this. Very important this enrollment cap and rising all that in the Australia, and also stricter entry requirement, and also regional and state specific restrictions, very important. And also implication for Indian students, safety concern, high cost and administrative barriers, and policy uncertainty, and also education sector impact. Okay, that is about recent news in the attack on Indian student in Adelaide, okay, Australia. Next, that is recent news, that is Great Ruaha River. Okay, that is Tanzania Great Ruaha River, focusing on that environment stress and conservation effort. What happened is that water levels of Great Ruaha River have dramatically declined, often drying up for months each year out due to upstream water abstraction, primarily for rice farming and also that is wetland. This has been ongoing since early 1990s. And also a scientific study showed that herbivores like buffalo, zebra, and water bug relocate dramatically or lose dry season habitat altogether, where omnivorous like warthogs and duikers fare better by sourcing water-rich food concentration at a shrinking water source, also increase disease transmission and predator pressure. Very important that news and all that river, and also that great river remains under high stress and upstream irrigation and climate variability affecting ecosystem and hydro for production, and also regrow conservation initiative and human right abuse resulting in project cancellation and all. Very important. Okay, that is about recent news about, okay. Next point, that is recent that United States decision to withdraw from UNESCO announced on July is 2022-2025. What is that US government formally notified UNESCO Director General that it would pull out of organization, okay, effective from December 31st, 2026. The decision marks the third time the US has existed UNESCO, 1984 and also in 2017, and now again under Trump in the second term. Okay, why that US is withdrawing? The administration criticized the UNESCO for admitting Palestine as a full member in 2011, calling it highly problematic and blaming it for fostering anti-Israel sentiment within the agency. And officials also accused the UNESCO promoting woke, divisive cultural and social policies, aligning poorly with the America First foreign policy principles. And also, US described UNESCO focus on UN Sustainable Development Goals as part of ideological globalistic agenda, US national interest. Reaction and response: UNESCO Director General expressed a deeper regret over the decision. And also even the Secretary General also, China Foreign Minister, French President, and Israel Foreign Minister also welcomed. Okay, but the French and all that China Foreign Ministry sharply criticized. Okay, that is implication is diplomatic and policy shift, and also financial and cultural impact sought for power and global influence, and also strategic vacuum. Okay, that is about recent news, that is US UNESCO withdrawal. Next is that is last news, that is about latest development surrounding Chola Gangam Lake. Okay, that is Ponneri Lake. It is in Ariyalluru district in Tamil Nadu. Okay, that is constructed by Rajendra Chola, okay, in 1025 AD as a liquid pillar of victory. The lake served as both a symbol of imperial maritime success and functional irrigation and drinking water source for Gangaikonda Cholapuram. It once spanned 16 miles in length, irrigated over 1,500 acres. Centuries for neglect have reduced the lake drastically. It now shrinks to roughly 17 km and remains dry most of the year due to abundant canal system once fed from Kollidam River. Okay, restoration and development effort, announcement and funding. The Tamil Nadu CM and also announced 19.2 crore redevelopment plan. Okay, and also broader cultural integration. Okay, that is 1000th birth anniversary of Rajendra Chola one, and the state's annual that is Adi Tirai festival also. Okay, so impact and objective: agricultural benefits and tourism boost. Okay, political and civic engagement, preserving Tamil legacy and also political pressure voices. Okay, very important. That is about recent news. Okay, that is Chola Gangam Lake. Uh, Thank you. That is about 24th July 2025 current affairs. Thank you. Support me for further videos so that I can analyze all the topics required for UPSC and all competitive exams. Thank you.